much. All right. Let's go, guys. How are we doing out there? All right. Thank y'all for being here tonight for this wonderful event in support of this fabulous organization. We got the music ready to go? It was so good to meet so many of you already tonight. I look forward to meeting the rest of you a little bit later on. Hit it! Woo! All right, come on. Hello, everybody. How you doing tonight? All right. I want to go to you. You are my destiny. Something right. You bring my time. I'll sacrifice you. Let's take my life for you. I'll go where you live. I'll be there around you. And when you will, I'll let you up and we know. Till you get back for love. We are love. You're nothing but you're all you ever need. To love. Oh yeah. That's right. You're all I need. I got the protection there. I'll do my best. Stand by you like me. There is not a time on me. Darling, you are found. Just another coming down. Don't know what you're doing. Everything wrong, there you go. I'll see you speak to you. I'll expect to do this time. All the good in you inside. Give you all that please. We got the right thing. And the love that keeps termination. You're all I need. Woo! You're all I need. You're all I need. To get by. Oh. That's right, because together there is nothing we can't do. Amen? Help me get something. Help me get something. Help me get something right now. Woo! Help me get something. Help me get something. Help me get something right now. Oh yeah, oh yeah. You're all I need. You get down. All I need. Woo! You're all I need. You're all I need. You're all I need. Baby, you're all I need. You get down. All I need. Woo! You're all I need. You're all I need. You're all I need. Yeah, baby. Yeah, oh yeah. Together, 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 oh, together. You're all I need. Woo! You're all I need. Woo! You're all I need. To get by. Together, come on. Together. Thank you for coming out tonight. Thank you for being here. I am delighted to be here, and together, there is nothing we can't do. Together, we are here tonight to support Project Mend a House and all of their wonderful work. Yeah. This is my new single called Dreams Come True. A little bit down, please. It's called Dreams Come True. And tonight I want to dedicate it to each and every single one of you, because it is through your generosity of spirit that you are making dreams come true in all the lives that you touch. Come with me and we will hide together to a place where we can love forever. Take my hand and we will see tomorrow. Down deep inside, that's when miracles happen. In this moment, filled with deep emotion, hold me tight. You feel true devotion. through with Pocket in the House. Thank you all so much. You know, believe is a very, very powerful word. Because, Tony, please, next one. Because when you believe, it is possible to turn despair into hope, tears into smiles, and the impossible into the possible. I believe for every drop of rain that falls, a flower grows. Oh, I believe that somewhere in the darkest night, a candle glows. I believe for everyone who goes astray, someone will come to show the way. I believe but the smallest prayer can still be heard. Oh, I believe that someone in that grave somewhere hears every word, yes. And every time I hear a newborn baby cry, or touch a leaf, see the sky, then I know why I
Craddock Jr. I have requested that Rebecca and Tony do one of my favorite songs, which is At Last. So they're going to do it together.
Okay.
What a privilege to perform with you, sir. All right.
Thank you, thank you. Tony Craddock Jr., you are amazing. Thank you so much, and of course, Rebecca Holden. My name is Andrea Sims, and I would like to introduce a very special guest this evening. He is a twice nominated Grammy producer, managed and or produced Jay-Z, Tina Turner, Ray J, Mark Wahlberg, Manhattan Transfer, Tom Jones, David Hasselhoff, Gloria Gaynor, Jack Jones. Joel has produced and or written 36 gold and platinum records, as well as 54 chartered Billboard records. Joel is president of CBS Records, Sony Music, Warner Brothers, and Mercury Records. Joel has produced many, many productions with Dick Clark Productions. And Joel was voted, along with the iconic Phil Ramone, in New York Magazine as one of the New York's hottest record producers. I think the most important thing that Joel is the proudest of is that he was featured on Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. So, Joel also happens to be the husband of the beautiful, talented Rebecca Holden, my dear friend. So let me introduce Mr. Joel Diamond.
Hey, how's everybody doing? By the way, this is a last minute thing for me. I didn't know I was going to speak tonight. I did want to tell you a little bit about the project. She already told you some of the things I've done. The project I'm doing with Rebecca is probably the most exciting and innovative project I've ever done in my life. It all started out about 3 years ago when I asked Rebecca to put her voice on something you heard tonight called Dreams Come True. Okay, everybody heard it?
Yes.
Don't forget it. And she did a duet with John Cicada. And it turned out so well, hasn't even been released yet. And we have over 60 million YouTube views. And on YouTube, it's a #1 wedding song in the whole world. So it's really crazy. So after we did that, I said, Rebecca, it's a cool idea. Let's do a whole album of duets. And I said, let me pull some people who I've worked with in the past, some of the most distinctive, iconic voices, male voices in the world. Every one of these artists that sing duets with Rebecca are all million-selling artists. And the album is now complete. We have on there Rebecca with Engelbert Humperdinck, who I produced, by the way, for 20 years. Remember, anybody hear of After the Loving? I produced that record. So Engelbert was thrilled to be singing with Rebecca. We have Jack Jones, Steve Tyrell, Trini Lopez, Howard Hewitt from Shalimar, Little Anthony. Anybody know Little Anthony? Believe it or not, I hope Rebecca doesn't mind I'm going to say this, but that was the track she sang tonight, I Believe, that magnificent track, and that was Little Anthony doing the background. So, you don't mind if I said that, right?
No, true.
And we have Gary Puckett, we have Tony Orlando, Tommy James and the Shondells, we have, I think I said Trini Lopez.
Bill Medley.
Bill Medley from the Righteous Brothers. I mean, it's an amazing album. So when the album was finished, I said to Rebecca, I said, let's go one step further. I came up with this idea. As we all know, the record business is kind of in the dumps today because of all the internet stuff. So I said, let's come up with something new and innovative. So we had Stephen Zale of Zale Jewelers, who's a world-renowned jewelry creator, come up with a little gold pendant for us called Dreams Come True. And you push down the bookmark on top of the pendant, and a little flash drive pops out and has Rebecca's album on it. Nobody has ever done this before. It's hard to do something nobody's ever done. So imagine you're in the car, because now all the cars come with USB players, no more CDs, and just pop it out of your little pen, boom. And we also have a male version of dog tags. And we actually have, believe it or not, Snoop Dogg interested in coming on board with us. We're going to call it we're going to call it Dog Tags, D-O-G-G. Anyway, I only have 3 minutes. Sorry. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
That's incredible. Thank you so much. I hope everyone's having a good time tonight. Is everyone having fun? To have to follow that is something, but I will try my best. I want to talk tonight about NOVEC and the contributions they have made to Project Meta-House over the years and their dedication to our community. Many of you may not realize how much NOVEC does. You just think, oh, there's some electric company and I pay my bill every month and move on. But they do so much for our community that maybe goes unnoticed. And Project Meta-House has been the beneficiary of that for many, many years. How many years, Ernestine? Like at least 20. And we want to honor tonight the gentleman who has made that happen. Because in our world, it takes great leadership to make things happen. Does everyone believe that? It starts at the top. And so if you see people out there who work for an organization or for a company doing wonderful things, thank their leader, because it doesn't happen without them. Stan Feuerberg was, I need to put my glasses on now, I'm sorry. Stan Feuerberg has served as the Northern Virginia Electric Cooperative's president and chief executive officer since January of 1992. NOVEC supplies and distributes electricity to almost 168,000 customers in Fairfax, Loudoun, Fauquier, Prince William, Clark, Stafford County, the cities of Manassas Park, and the town of Clifton. Stan is a member of the Board of Directors of the Virginia, Maryland, and Delaware Association of Electric Cooperatives, and is the current chairman of the Association of Large Distribution Cooperatives, which comprises 25 of the nation's largest and fastest growing electric cooperative utility systems. Whew. A native of Lincoln, Nebraska, Stan holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Electrical Engineering from the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. He received his Juris Doctorate degree from the UNL College of Law in 1978, and he is a member of the Nebraska Bar. Easter Seals United Cerebral Palsy of North Carolina and Virginia have recognized Stan and his wife Robin twice as Philanthropists of the Year in 2003 and as recipients of the Community Impact Award in 2012. Project Mendehouse is proud to present the Man of Vision Award to Stan Feuerberg. Thank you, Stan. Stan may not know it, but he does have a few minutes to speak. So I guess I'll put him on the spot a little bit, and he can say a few words.
Well, over many, many years, and sitting through countless charity and political fundraisers, I've learned that the very best speeches are the ones that are the shortest. So to that end, I'm honored and flattered to be named the recipient of the Man of Vision Award this year. And I trust that no one will object if I accept this award in the name of all 320 members of our NOVEC team, because they are the ones who go out every day. And as our taglines in our advertising says, we invest in our communities, and when we say that, we really mean it. So thank you very much.
Folks, congratulations again, Stan. And what wasn't announced is that's Joellen Benson, who's also a proud member. So, thank you to you also. Well, it's time for more entertainment. Joining us is Master Sergeant Caleb B. Green III, a solo vocalist with the U.S. Army Band. An accomplished performer, he is often called upon to sing at important sporting events, diplomatic functions, and military ceremonies. It's time now to hear from Master Sergeant Caleb B. Green III.
Good evening, everyone. How you doing tonight? There's not enough love in the room. How y'all doing tonight? I am an old school kind of guy, so here's how I want to approach my portion. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are sitting with someone that you consider your significant other, or someone that you just think is significant, raise your hand. Everybody's hand should be up. Okay? So now I'm going to narrow that down because that's the way you do it. You do work, right? All right, I'm going to do it like this. Gentlemen, if you are with someone who you consider to be your significant other, raise your hand. All right? Ladies, if you are with someone whom you consider to be your significant other, please raise your hands. All right? If you are with your significant other, raise your hands. All right? I am an old school kind of guy. And the reason that I ask you that is because the song that I want to do is a timeless classic, in my opinion. It's by the late, great Mr. Lou Rawls. Okay. Oh, yeah. You remember that? A little more on the track, please. A little more on the track. So, gentlemen, I'm going to put the ball in your court. What I want you to do is take the hand of your significant other, right? Now I want you to look them in their eyes. Don't sing. I'll do all the work. Is that all right? Here's what I want you to tell this young lady right here. Okay? Mr. Jigger say, you'll never find as long as you live. Someone who loves you, tender like I do. You'll never find, no matter where you search, someone who cares about you the way I do. Oh, I'm not bragging on myself, baby, but I'm the one who loves you, and there's no one else. No one else. We doing all right? Never find. It'll take the end of all time. Someone who understands you like I do. She knows. You'll never find the rhythm, the rhyme. I see you now. Like I do. I'm coming, I told you. Oh, I'm not trying to make you say baby, but there's no ifs and buts. Oh, baby, you are. You're gonna miss my loving. I know you're gonna miss my love. Sing it, y'all. You're gonna miss my love. Hey, whoa. Late in the midnight hour, baby, when it's cold outside, you're gonna miss my love, yeah. Love like mine, someone who needs you way I do. Tell her, say, you'll never see what you found in me. You'll keep searching and searching your whole life through. Oh, I know somehow, someday, somewhere you are. You're gonna miss my love. You're gonna miss my love. I know you're gonna miss my loving. You're gonna miss my loving. You're gonna miss my love. Hey, oh, you're gonna miss my love. Late in the midnight hour, baby. You're gonna miss my loving. You're gonna miss my love. Excuse me, sir. Whoa. You're gonna miss my love. Yes, you will, baby. You're gonna miss my love. Well, now long gone. You're gonna miss my love. You're gonna miss my love. Yeah. God bless you. Thank you so much. That's the great part about being an entertainer, is that you get to entertain. And we can all relate to that song. That song has, it has no boundaries. It has no colors. It has no gender. And by the grace of God, we are all here tonight serving. Project Men in the House, as I did a little research, I didn't do as much as I wanted to, but I served in the military for 30 years. And it seemed to me that God bless you. It seemed to me that I spent more time building other nations and their relationships and their cultures than I did back home. But thank God for you, for what you do, and for your heart of compassion. And it's just unfathomable to me that there is not more people engaged to help you along on your journey and your cause. Since I retired 3 years ago, I have the great privilege of being able to do, the question is, what are you doing now? Great response is, whenever I want to. And for me, it's all about love. I'm a father of 7. I have 5 sons. I have 2 daughters, 1 wife. I told y'all I'm old school. So everybody else was running to the club, and I ran to the house. Well, we good? Ladies, y'all good with that? Yeah! I'm not gonna ask the fellas because they're like, yeah. Anyway, the next song I would like to do is another love song, and that's the essence of how I gig. It's all about love. I love what I do. I love the people that I get to do it for. And I serve, so many musical capacities as a worship leader, as a band, front man guy and whole nine. But the most fun that I get to have is when I get to come along other people who desire to serve like you do. So this song is by Mr. Bobby Caldwell. Anybody guess what that song might be? Have any idea? What you want what? What you gonna do? Is there anybody can answer that question? Please don't. Don't do it. Don't do it. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bobby Caldwell. It's all right. All right there. I should have had you play on this, man. Was Mr. Craddock tearing it up, y'all? Wonder where I've been. I search to find the love within. I came back to let you know, baby, got a thing for you, and I can't let it go. No. My friends wonder what is wrong with me. Well, I'm in a daze from your love to see. I came back to let you know, baby, got a thing for you, and I can't let it go. Some people go around the world for love, but they may never find what they dream of. What you won't do for love. You've tried everything, but you don't give up. In my world, only you, baby, make me do for love what I would not do. My friend wonder what is wrong with me. Well, I'm in a daze from your love to see, yeah. I came back to let you know, Kathy, I got a thing for you, and I can't let it go. Oh! I know I only want the best, it's true. Can't believe the things I do for you. Y'all sing, what you won't do, do for love. I can't hear y'all, a little more. You tried everything, but you don't give up. Where is it? In my world, only you, baby, make me do for love what I would not do. You know what? My friend wonder what is wrong with me. Well, I'm in a daze from your love, you see, yeah. I came back to let you know, baby, I got a thing for you, and I can't let it go. Woo! Anybody ever been to that place? That secret place, don't know what I'm talking about? You know, I want to get my music, get out of here. Ow! Just hold it right there. There's nothing else that needs to be said, which I think. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Bobby Caldwell. Military. Anybody here serving the military? Oh my goodness, look at that. So if you serve in the United States Coast Guard, it's usually rare. We usually find at least one person. If you serve in the Coast Guard, would you raise your hand? Coast Guard? No Coast Guard here tonight? No problem. Air Force? Got Air Force over here. Anybody else? Show me your love. Yes. Let's talk about the United States Navy. All right. Excellent. Y'all better duck. The Marine Corps. The United States Army. Thank you so much for your service. Thank you so much for your service to our nation. I was going to do the Armed Forces medley, but honestly, well, I have time. I want to be respectful of time. So I think, y'all want to do the Armed Forces medley? Yeah. That's kind of like really pumped. Y'all just, okay. Do you see that back there, dear? The Armed Forces medley? Armed Forces medley? We aim the best for last, sir. Cool. There you go. There you go, dear. So here we go. It starts with the Coast Guard. And if you have a family member who has served in the service, we just kind of ask that you would raise to your feet in their honor of their service to our nation. That's all we ask, okay? That's it. Hold on for a second. It's not her fault. United States Air Force. Climbing high into the sky. Where you at, Air Force? Here they come, coming to meet our thunder. And a boys, give her the gun, give her the gun. Down we dive, sliding away from under. Off with one hell of a roar. We live in flame, or go down in flame. Ain't nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force. Navy, where's the way, my boy? And where's the way? Farewell to foreign shores, we sail and break again. Who are last night on shore? Cling to the wall until we meet once more. You are happy warriors on the wings. I shouldn't have to sing it. Zoom up to the shores of Tripoli. First to fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor free. We are proud to claim the title of the United States Marine. To fight for the right and to build a nation's life, and the Army goes rolling along. Count of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the Army goes rolling along. Then it's high, high, hey, the Army's on its way. Down all the way, the sound is strong. So wherever you go, you always know that the Army goes rolling along. God bless you. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
As an Army brat, I thank you. Once again, Master Sergeant Caleb B. Green III. Amazing, huh? Folks, before we forget our next bit of entertainment. Want to remind you that there are still auction items out there, a lot of artwork throughout the room, so please go support because 50% of it does come back to the organization, so just remember that. Also, if you're just hungry for hors d'oeuvres, that's over there, but if you're ready for dessert, that's on the other side of the room with 2 chocolate fountains. You can run almost every piece of fruit, goodies, that kind of stuff under the chocolate. So if you're a chocolate fan, you're really in the right spot. So we go now to someone we've heard a little bit from, and it's our pleasure to present Tony Craddock Jr. Tony is an uplifting jazz saxophonist who fuses music and weather to inspire listeners. His latest album, H2O, which came out last month, was produced by chart-stopping art guitarist. I just left my mouth back there with my husband. Chart-topping guitarist Ken Navarro, and features Grammy Award-winning saxophonist Kurt Whalum, who's awesome. Tony has shared the stage with award-winning artists Ken Navarro, Kim Jordan, and Ben Tankard. Love him too. And his music is now playing on Sirius XM Radio. I know that one. Music Choice, Pandora Radio, and more than 40 radio stations in the U.S., UK, and Poland. Here he is, folks. More of Tony Craddock Jr.
Good evening, everyone. Can we give a quick round of applause for Project Mid-House and the great work they do? It's truly an honor and privilege to be here to provide entertainment for such a great cause. As I was sitting back, I was looking at this banner right here, and I saw a few things that cost a lot. I know the work that Project Mid-House does cost a bit, and I'm so thankful for the sponsors and the donors and the partners to make that possible. NOVEC, you know that's not free. You see, Spring Hill Suites, it costs a good penny to stay there. But with this first song, I want to introduce you to something that actually is free. It's this brand of water called Living Water. Have any of you heard of that? Yeah. Okay, if you haven't heard of it, I welcome you to Google it real quick or come to me and talk about it. But it's a really inspiring brand of water that gives you the spring of life inside. I know it's done that for me, and I believe if you don't have access to it, it'll do the same for you. This song is actually the one that's playing on Sirius XM Radio right now, and the guitar you'll hear is that of Ken Navarro. I present to you Living Water. this next selection, I figure you're pretty familiar with. I know we have some Bee Gees fans out there in the audience, don't we? Oh, come on, you know you like the Bee Gees. I think, and 70s too. Oh yeah, Staying Alive. I'm gonna bring you it's not Staying Alive, but I think right now, more than ever right now, in this country, in this world, we need love, right? So we're gonna explore how deep that love is right now.
Are you sure you did? You okay? Well, are you still having a good time? Yes, yes. Good evening, everyone. I'm Andrea Bailey, and I'm one of the board members of Project Mend the House, I'm proud to say. And it gives me great honor to tell you about a gentleman in our community that is just, he's humble, he's gracious, and he's just a great servant of God. So let me tell you a little bit about him. I went ahead of myself. Okay. Craig T. Welburn is a graduate of Cheyney University, a distinguished graduate of Cheyney University. After receiving a bachelor's degree from CU, where he majored in secondary education and social science, Craig went on to attain a master's degree in management from Central Michigan University. He purchased his first McDonald's restaurant in Philadelphia in May of 1983. By June of 2001, he purchased 25 McDonald's restaurants in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area, and is currently the owner and operator of 28 restaurants. Craig and his family are the largest African-American McDonald's franchise owners in the world. They are in the top 1% of all McDonald's franchises in the United States. Craig presently employs over 1,500 people. He is extremely proud that 3 of his former managers are presently owner-operators of McDonald's restaurants. Mentoring is quite serious business for Craig, as is his desire for his employees to attain the highest education level they can. He offers college and book scholarships to his employees in order to achieve their career goals, reinvesting back into the community. Craig has also served on the board of directors for the United Way, Boy Scouts for America, and a host of other community-based organizations. He has received the very prestigious McDonald's Ronald Award, and received the Business of the Year Award in Philadelphia and Dale City, Virginia. Yes. He was twice named the Council of Spanish-Speaking Organizations as Honorary Citizen of the Year. Project Mend the House is proud, very proud, to award Craig Welburn the Community Service Award of the Year. Receiving the award is his son, Craig Welburn.
Good evening, everyone. Good. First, thank you very much for Project Mend the House for allowing us the opportunity to receive this award and this recognition. This is just such a wonderful event to be here and to think about all the things that Project Mend the House does to be a servant within our community. I think about each and every one of us, and God has given us the opportunity to be a servant to everyone and to reach back and to help each other out. So just to think about the great things that you do to help and be a servant among the community, it's just a blessing to the Prince William community, to Virginia and all. So just thank you very much, and it's just a blessing. I'm here with my sister, actually Courtney Holman, and my brother-in-law, who are also owner-operators within McDonald's. And McDonald's has allowed us to be a servant within our community, just to give back and to see each of our team members within the restaurants do great things, to go on, and also just to be an uplifting opportunity just within our community. So thank you. It's just a blessing, and thank you.
I wonder if if his family is adopting, because I need a parent right now. Anyway, I just want to remind you, it seems like the dessert table has been found, but there's regular food over there too. And we're about ready to start the live auction. I hope you've had a chance to walk around, look at some of the beautiful artists that have donated their works in order for you to take home something great. Remember, 50% of it comes back here to Project Menda House. So please go look, but we're going to be starting the auction. And we're going to be going with Donna Bolton. I love auctioneers. Come on, Donna. Beautiful blouses.
Help her to move the stairs closer.
All right.
Well, now you've had good food, good fellowship, and now you're just ready to loosen up your focus. That's right. I'm Donna Blake Bolton. I'm a professional auctioneer. Move your auctioneer for over 30 years. Move the podium out front. Here. Okay. I can move it. There we go. Closer. That's why we need you here. We can hear you better. Why are you all wanting me to get closer? Yeah, there we go. All right. Well, the first item we have tonight is that 1 week vacation in Hilton Head, South Carolina. That's in the fall of 2018 at Coral Sands Resort. It's convenient to shopping, restaurants, pools, and golf. And I have sold a zillion weeks vacations. I have never had a package put together like this before. This gives you pictures of what the resort looks like, what your cabin or your room would look like. It tells you when you're within 3 blocks of just about everything, and you can work with MA to figure out which weeks you would take. And you bicycle paths, grocery stores, miniature golf, just about everything you can imagine. It's all in this one package. Now, how many of you have never been to a live auction before? Oh, everyone. Okay, great. Well, oh, there we go. There's a hand. That's what you do. You just hold your hand up. When I think you've paid enough money for it, I'll say so. An auctioneer will tell you what we have and what we're asking for. So what do we give? What do we give here tonight? Hook with this Hilton Head package at Coral Sands Resort. And I need a $2,000 bid, but to give two $2,000 bid to buy two, but to give $2,000 bid, but to give a $1,000 bid on it. $1,000 bid, but to give $1,000 bid, $1,000 now two. I have a $1,000 bid, but to give $1,500 bid, but to give $1,500 bid. I have $1,000, I need $15, but to give $15, but to give a $1,500 bid. It's still really warm down in South Carolina in the fall. You'll still be able to go to the beach and do whatever you want to do. I have a $1,000 bid, but to give $1,100 one time. $1,100 bid, but to give $1,100 bid, 11 now 12, but to give $1,200 bid on it. 12 now 13, what do you make 13? Let's go $1,300 bid, but to give 13, $1,300 bid, but to give 13, now 14 where? $1,400 bid, but to give 14, is that a 14 there in the back, now 15, but to give about a $1,500 bid, but to give 15. $1,500 bid, would you give $1,500 bid? I have a $1,400 bid, I want 15. I need $1,500 donation here tonight. I have 14, would you give 15 going once? Would you give 15 going twice? $1,500 bid, last call. Then I've sold it for $1,400 here on the front row. $1,400, thank you. Congratulations, yeah.
And I'll let you have that nice package. All right, now our second item is that beautiful white gold and diamond necklace in the back by Jewelry by Design, right there, right down the street here, Woodbridge, across from Potomac Mills on the Parkway. It is a white gold and diamond cluster flower pendant with the chain. Just in time for Mother's Day. I saw it back there. It's just really, really dainty. If you have a granddaughter or a daughter graduating for college, it would be an excellent, excellent gift. And what do we give here tonight for the diamond, white gold and diamond necklace? And I need a $1,000 bid where? $1,000 bid, but to give $1,000 bid, about 1,000 who will give $500 one time. $500 bid, but to give $500 bid, but to make a $500 bid, but to give $500 now 6. 600 now 7, 700 now 8, $800 bid, but to give an $800 bid. I have a $700 bid in the back and want an $800 bid, but to give $800. I have a $700 bid. I need an $800 donation here tonight. Would you give an $800 bid? $700 going once,
$700 going twice, and I have sold it for $700 to that lady in that pretty pink dress there tonight. And the third item. Now this third item is really nice. This is a day on the Occoquan. You're going to have lunch there at Madigan's. At lunch for 4. Then you're going to enjoy a 2-hour cruise on the Occoquan. And I know that most of those captains that run those boats on the Occoquan, they talk the whole time. So you get a whole history lesson right there on the Occoquan for 2 hours plus lunch for 4. 2 hours plus lunch for 4. And who would give a $400 bid where? $400 bid, would he give 400? Would he make a 400 pound 5? Would he give $500 bid and have a $400 bid and want 5? $500 bid, would he give $500 bid? Would he give 4.5 one time? Would he give a $450 bid and have a $400 bid and want 450? $450, $450 bid, would he give $450? If your bid or 2 kids hit 2 or 3 times, you're going to take usage into donation at $450 now 5. $500 bid, would he give 500? Would he make it 500, 500 now 50? Would he give 550? 550, would he give $550 bid? Have a $500 bid and want 50, 550, would he give 550? You all in and all done? $500 bid, 550. Sold it for $500 to bid. They're cruising down the Occoquan. All right, now this is your final opportunity to get to bid on something tonight. And you all want to know that you want to be the high bidder here tonight for a VIP tickets to a live showing of Wheel of Fortune. All right, so you might not be in Los Angeles in the near future, but there is a gift bag back there with autographed items, and you can guess, yes, I had to peek, Vanna and Pat are photographed in that bag, plus some other things. That's 4 tickets to the Wheel of Fortune opportunity to see a show if you're in the LA area. So and even if you should keep the tickets for a souvenir, right? All right, that's for 4 adults. So what do we give here tonight? Who will give $500 bid? $500 bid, now 6. What do you give? $600 would he go? $600 bid, I have a $500 bid, I want 6. $600 bid, would he give? $600 bid.
You got done quicker than I thought. Thank you all for your bids. It's been wonderful. And a reminder, there's still some silent auction gifts that are back there that you can go and actually there's some pretty good prices and some signed cartoons from the newspaper cartoon Nancy. So, think about something like that. It's always wonderful to have a unique object like that. So that was amazing, as we know, and also we remind you about desserts over here. I hope everyone has had fun. I know I did. And as you can see, desserts and things like that are going very well. We've got about 30 minutes to go left to bid on the wonderful silent auction items. So now's your chance. So please go back there, look, and at least peruse, and maybe make a bid on something. But it's time now for a very special award. And presenting it is the Vice Chair, Ernestine Jenkins, and also Joellen Vincent comes back again. And they are here for a special award from Project Menda House. And Joellen's not coming, and Ernestine is here. She's sitting up front waiting for you, all right?
One of the things I think we might want to do first, and maybe Ernestine, you're so good at this, is recognizing our dignitaries tonight. We have some really special people here, and no one knows them better than Miss Ernestine. So I'm going to give her the microphone for just a minute so that she can do that.
There's nothing like preparation that I didn't know about. But anyway, we do have the clerk of the court for Prince William County, Virginia, Jacqueline Smith. Jacqueline. Thank you for being here. We have Delegate Hala Ayala, 51st District. We have Supervisor John Jenkins in his office for 36 years, the longest serving supervisor in the history of Prince William. Now, who have I missed? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Who's raising their hand back there? Okay, we have the wonderful president of the Prince William County NAACP. Did I say it right? Okay, Cozy Bailey. Cozy. Who else? Okay. If we missed anybody, you better tell me. Okay. Going.
Not like having a microphone. As a singer, actress, and entertainer, Rebecca Holden has amassed a fan club with members from around the globe. TV viewers around the world are familiar with Rebecca as the computer whiz and Kit's mechanic on the NBC series Knight Rider. Y'all remember Knight Rider? I mean, we all wanted to watch that show, which still appears in syndication throughout the U.S. and in over 200 foreign countries. She attained added recognition from her role as the diabolical Elena on ABC's General Hospital. Now, let me just say this one thing. I was an Air Force wife living in the Philippines, and we had Armed Forces Television. Anybody else ever hear of Armed Forces Network? And one of the things we looked forward to was our soap operas. And I will say I enjoyed the diabolical lady that was on General Hospital. She made it so interesting. So thank you, Rebecca, from all of us military wives. And I don't want to sound like chauvinistic, but most of us are, of course, who are watching soap operas are the wives that are home while our husbands are at work. And so I really appreciate you for bringing that joy to my life. She was also in countless guest starring roles on such primetime shows as Magnum P.I., Love Boat, Three's Company, Taxi, Night Court. You know, Night Court. First of all, we just lost that wonderful actor. And I want to say one of the things I remembered about Night Court was a woman who had gotten amnesia and couldn't remember that mean guy played by Mr. Larroquette. Is it Jonathan Larroquette? John Larroquette. And I was watching something the other night and I saw that clip and I was like, oh my goodness, I remember that. That's Rebecca Holden. Oh my goodness. So thank you, Rebecca. You brought a lot of joy to people. They may not all realize, but that you brought a lot of joy to people. Knight Rider, of course. Mike Hammer, Remington Steele. Now we all know Pierce Brosnan. Matt Houston, Barney Miller, and many others. Rebecca's new recording of Dreams Come True, which you all heard tonight, and was that not beautiful? That was beautiful. Thank you, Rebecca. Has been chosen as the inspirational theme for many recent charitable events. Musically, Rebecca has performed in a diversity of styles. Rebecca is committed to spreading her message and the message of dreams come true. When you believe one person can make a difference, I guess that's the Knight Rider theme if we all remember that, then you can make dreams come true. Rebecca, it is such an honor and such a privilege for Project Mendehouse to award you the American Legend Award. Thank you so much.
All my new buddies right here, all my new best friends. One more. Thank you so much. I just want to thank you for this beautiful award. I am so touched, and especially to receive it
from such a fantastic group of people. I've had the opportunity over the last 2 days to meet some of you, and I think I've met some of the biggest hearts that I've ever met in the world. So thank you for a lot of new wonderful friendships. It's wonderful to receive an award from an organization that does such wonderful service to its community, whether it's seniors or veterans or those with disabilities. You know, so Project Mend a House and all of you who support it and work with it, I applaud you. Hats off to you all. This award is supposedly given for contributions to entertainment and the arts, but I feel like I'm the lucky one because I have received so many contributions, so many enriching, wonderful contributions to my life through the arts and from the arts and from my work in the arts. You know, there's a quote that's attributed to an unknown source that says, "The world without art is eh." And I would concur with that because after all, what would life be without the arts? Without painting and sculpture and writing and film and dance and of course music. Art is creativity and self-expression, and art is feeling. Feeling that transcends time and culture, which is why we can listen to a piece of music composed 100 years ago, or we can look at cave paintings that were made centuries ago and we know what that person was feeling. And those shared feelings bring us all together and unite us all, right? Because those shared feelings send the message that we are not alone. And is there a more powerful message than that? That message resonates deep within us as human beings. Because art, you see, communicates at a level that goes beyond words. And it can carry us to a state of awe and wonder. Art has the ability to not just mirror society, but to inspire and elevate it. And when it elevates beyond reality to a spiritual dimension, that's when we call it sublime. And so, in this moment, tonight, as I stand here looking out at all of you, the best word to describe what I'm feeling is sublime. Thank you so much. Amen?
Thank you so much, Rebecca, Joel, all of you wonderful participants tonight. I'm looking for my notes, but where's my wonderful Miss Andrea Sims? I need my cue, Miss Sims. Either that or someone has removed my some of my paperwork. So let's see. Oh, thank you so much. All right. I'm sorry. I was, but my notes are missing. Okay. I'd like to give some information about Jerry Mathers, formerly and always known as the Beaver from Leave It to Beaver series. Jerry Mathers started in show business at age 2 with a pet condensed milk commercial. Wow, that's going back. Wow. He continued to work in TV and movies, and in 1957 he became the Beaver, entering hearts and homes of America and becoming an American icon. After the series ended, Jerry made additional movies and series, as well as beginning a directing career.
He was named by People's Magazine as one of the most well-known individuals in TV history. Recently, Jerry became one of the first actors to star in a professional British panto. And in 2007, he made his Broadway debut in Hairspray. In the mid-90s, Jerry was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, and he is currently one of the leading lecturers on living with and dealing with diabetes. His TV and movie credits are too numerous to list, and he continued to do commercial work as well. He is an FCC licensed broadcaster, guest hosts on radio programs, and loves meeting his fans and reminiscing at personal appearances. Accepting an award for Jerry tonight is the Honorable J. Russell George, a longtime friend and confidant of Jerry's, and the director of the IRS. I'm looking for my additional note here. Help me with this.
The Inspector General of the IRS.
Inspector General, and forgive me, Inspector General, for forgetting that note. The Inspector General of the IRS. You do not have to share your Social Security number. Don't do it. And welcome, and please give us a few words on Jerry's behalf.
Certainly.
Well, first of all, I want to thank everyone. This has happened once before. I was planning to attend this with Jerry and his wife, Teresa, and then when Jerry was unexpectedly taken ill, he requested that I stand in for him. Now, that's a little better than once before when I was chief of staff of a committee in Congress, and my boss was giving the keynote address, and then a vote was called, and he said, Russell, come up, do the rest of it for me. And as you can imagine, your worst nightmare. You go for lunch and you end up the keynote speaker. So at least in this instance, I was given a day's advance notice about this event. Just so that people know that I don't know Jerry in my current capacity as the Inspector General of the IRS. He and I have had a 3-decade-long relationship, his family and I. And to show, just give one example of the benefits of that, imagine yourself invited to a beachside wedding in an exclusive part of Los Angeles, and everyone from the cast of Happy Days, Shirley and MacLaine, and Dancing with Mrs. Brady at the wedding. There are some benefits, and of course the cast of Leave It to Beaver. But Jerry is the type of person who the work of Minda House goes right to the heart of his raison d'etre. He is committed to public service. He will, at a drop of the hat, come, do it, doesn't ask for reimbursement, will even pay for the trip out of his own pocket if necessary. And I lost my mother last year, and he and his wife, between me and my brother and my father and others, he was there for us. But, so I just wanted to provide to you some comments that he did request that I read on his behalf, very short. I would like to thank Project Minda House so much for this very prestigious award, and I'm very humbled that you've chosen me for this honor. I admire all the wonderful work you do to assist seniors, veterans, and the disabled through your many worthwhile projects. Congratulations to all of you for your hard work to help your clients be independent and have a safer and more secure home life. I'm so disappointed that I could not be there with you tonight. Unfortunately, I made a bad food choice, and my doctor said it would be best for me if I didn't fly this weekend. I was very much looking forward to meeting you all. And then he thanks me for doing this on his behalf, and once again, wishes you a joyous evening celebrating the wonderful work of Project Minda House and its achievements. My very best to you all, Jerry. Thank you.
Thank you. We've got just a couple minutes, so if you've got time for dessert, need the bathroom run, do something like that, and we're going to have the winners of the silent auction, and then we'll be done for the evening, and we're actually slightly ahead of time, so we're very glad about that. But I'm going to give it to M.A. M.A.?
Before we actually end, after our auction winners are announced, I do have some recognitions that I want to go through, some wonderful thank yous. I have a funny story to tell at the very end, and I know you'll all get your chuckles from it. But our MC is exactly right. This is the time to get up, stretch one more time, relax, get that last drink, look at those wonderful auction items again and our lovely artwork. Say hello if you have not to this fabulous couple up front here, and make yourselves at home for about 10 or 15 more minutes, and then we'll go forward with the closing of the program. Thank you so much. I'm going to thank our sponsors, and I know while all of this is printed and we have this lovely step and repeat board behind me, it still should be noted, and that's why I want to individually call out the names and thank you all for your partnering with Project Mendehouse this evening. Our diamond sponsors, the Marriott Suites. I can't say enough thank yous to them. And Miss Andrea Sims. If you haven't recognized her yet in the audience, we have much to say about Miss Andrea Sims. Platinum sponsor was NOVEC. The Workhouse at Lorton, this wonderful facility, donated. Granger and Joellen Benson here in our front, former board member. Take that back. Past president and my trainee as the new president. So thank you so much, Joellen, for everything you and Granger have done for the organization. Gold sponsor, Jewelry by Design. I hope she's still with us somewhere here in the audience. And also John and Ernestine Jenkins. Bronze sponsor, Lawn Castle and Church. It's a local funeral home that have been, their membership have supported us for many, many years. Lustine Car Dealership, the Lustine Dodge dealership. Woodbridge Plumbing, DEP Printing and Copying Center, Glory Days Restaurant, John Davis, Lillian Garland, Brian Henkel, our IT specialist. And coming forward is the wonderful Miss Barbara Reese. Miss Reese, this lady is serving as our interim executive director. She is a queen of queens. She is a doer of doers. She has an imagination and an ability to accomplish tasks that I am just overwhelmed with. We as a board, thank you, Barbara. We as a community of volunteers, we thank you, Miss Barbara, and all of you who have come this evening. We cannot thank you for the details you have helped us to accomplish. Don't go too far away, because now we would like to see Miss Andrea Sims in the front. Andrea Sims. Yes, you must come down, Miss Sims. This lady has taught me more in 3 months than I learned probably in an entire college class about media, about performance, about the expertise of putting an event like this together. In her own right, this is a movie star. This is a star. Owner and producer of Lion Share Media. Watch for her movie that's coming out soon. I want to tell you, this woman has so many fabulous credentials. And on behalf of all of us at Mendehouse, every volunteer, every board member, every staff member, we would like to present you with the Simfires today.
I just want to thank everyone here for coming and supporting Project Mid-House. The team that I've been working with has been absolutely amazing. I mean, between MA and Barbara and Joe Ellen and everyone here, of course, and the fabulous Miss Jenkins. You're just all wonderful, and I don't know that this could have been done without all of you. So thank you all for coming, and stay tuned for next year.
Barbara Reese and